Back in the 70s, board games and improv theater had a baby, and it was called the role-playing game. These games allowed a generation of kids to live out their dreams of slaying dragons and saving kingdoms, all while sitting in their bedrooms and basements. Today, gaming has moved into the cultural mainstream, and role-playing games are back with a vengeance. Join us now as 5 of these former kids come out of the basement and onto the internet to experience adventure, mystery, and obscure pop culture references. It's time for Roll for Combat.
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat. I'm your GM and host Stephen Glicker, and in this week's episode, we continue last week's episode with the discovery of Hiroji, and they start to explore their strange new environment together. So I'm literally recording this right after my Thanksgiving feast, and I am stuffed to the gills and exhausted. So I'm probably going to have this intro and the outro very short because I am tired and I want to get this out in time. So some really quick notes and then we're going to get right into this week's show. First of all, this was actually part of the same session as of last week. I didn't keep it together because it would have been a 2.5 hour show, and I try to keep the shows around an hour to an hour and a half or so I cut it in half. So if you listen to the last week and go right into this week, ta-da, it's like one big show. The other thing I did is, I told you I've been trying to do this, is I kept a lot of our banter in. Our banter actually went on for like 30 minutes after the show. I cut out a little bit, some of it wasn't relevant, it was like planning when we were going to play again, things like that. But I did keep in the parts of like how I set this up and what people thought about the reveal. I just thought you might find it interesting, like, you know, a little behind the scenes and even like what we talk about after the show, because although our guys don't necessarily, quote, do voices, I think you can actually hear the difference between when they're playing in-game and then we're kind of goofing around, especially Jason. Jason has almost a little lighter, more relaxed tone when he's just chatting. He seems almost in game mode when he's playing, and I think that's pretty common. I've actually spoken to other people about that. It's like they're in their like goof-off mode and then the game mode, and I think this is something everyone does. But I kept that in just because I thought you might find that interesting. And then finally, if anyone is in Philly this week and going to PAX, I will be there. I will be there. John Stats will be there. I know Param and a whole bunch of people from No Direction are going to be there. I know a whole bunch of people from Order of the Amber Die are going to be there. And then, of course, tons of Paizo people are going to be there. So if you're going to be at PAX Unplugged, which is, well, this comes out Friday, so it's not this week. Next weekend, do check me and everyone else out there. Come by, say hi. I'm going to mostly be playing board games almost the entire time I'm there. I get enough role-playing games that I'll need to play more at PAX. So do come over and I'll talk to you and we can have some fun. Other than that, let's get to this week's episode. The new items are, there's sapphires, which are just magic jewels worth credits. And that's it. So it's just like some junk.
All right. We got more junk, guys.
John Stats is playing the Vesk soldier, Mo Dupinsky.
I might as well hand it to Hiroji. All right. Well, that's great. Now, can we see through these other bars? Like, how transparent? Like, I mean, are there lumps on any of the...
No.
They're empty, right?
No.
Okay.
That was a ruse. We are going to play with those guys, but not this week. Aha!
Okay.
That's awesome.
Chris Beamer is playing the Tiefling Technomancer, Akiro the Just.
Yeah, no problem.
Bob Marquis is playing the Human Envoy, Rusty Carter.
That was a good ruse.
That was a huge surprise. Now, let me ask you, on my character portrait, there is a yellow bar. What is that? What's up with that?
The yellow bar is...
It's cowardice.
Jason McDonald is playing the Ahsoki mechanic, Tuttle Blacktail, and his drone, Cheddar.
Yeah, that's a yellow streak.
It's a yellow streak down my back.
And Tuttle's got actually...
That is your resolve points. That is how many resolve points you have.
Okay, gotcha.
Tuttle has a target symbol on him. Is that...
That shows his third eye. Remember?
No, but it's probably not important that I know.
Remember, he
Right.
grew a third eye and he can see all.
Really? Like physically? I thought that
I
was
think
like
that was
mentally.
that was a reaction to the spider, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Like between his eyes, there's another eye.
Yes. Yep.
Holy
He grew a
crap!
third eye.
I
He's
had
the
no
strangest character I've ever
So
seen.
instead of the three-eyed crow, there's a three-eyed rat. What the hell?
No, it
three-eyed
wasn't a third. No, it wasn't a third eye. It was
three-eyed rat god.
No, it wasn't
actually.
a third eye. It was a second eye. It was one of my two eyes was like a freakish X-ray eye.
idea.
That was it.
That's what
I have to wear an eye.
Yeah,
I have to wear an
yeah.
eye patch. That's right. That's right. Your eye got like 3 times larger, and it's sticking out of your
Yes.
head.
He's also some kind of celestial thing.
Yeah, he's basically a god at this point. That's fine.
Yeah, just don't.
We
mess
all
with
worship him.
He's immune to some things too. Like he rolled the
Well-
double 100 or something for a random effect, and that's why he's so powerful.
He's now almost as important and powerful and intelligent as Cheddar, the robot that's standing next to him.
Oh, let's not get carried away.
The robot that is basically a glorified motorcycle. All right, so are we ready to roll?
Yeah. Does he have
Yes,
his gear on?
absolutely.
Yeah, he has his gear on. He has to get into the program. Oh, he's in.
Okay, Hiroji, now that you're back with us, I assume you're going to want to wait way in the back, far away from danger.
I would like to be somewhere in the middle where I can toss an occasional grenade.
Exactly.
Well, that he has. You have no grenades. You'll have to
Rusty
appeal to
has all our
Rusty.
grenades.
I'm
Rusty
all
has
out of
all
grenades.
them.
Yeah. Oh, you are not out of your grenades. You got a dozen.
Well, I mean, I've got some that I'm going to be needing. We'll look around and find some more. Don't worry.
Yeah, the
You
trade-off.
can share. If you have several, you can share.
Let me see what
Hiroji, you obviously don't remember playing with Rusty. Yeah, he's not in.
I'm happy to share. I'm always amazingly generous. I've always been incredibly generous with Mo.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I let you have all the
yeah.
heavy armor, all of it, all the heavy armor. I've always suggested you should get.
Except for the one I get.
God.
Well, that was you being greedy.
Hey, Steve. I
Yes.
will give Hiroji a shock grenade 3 and a screamer grenade 2 to get him started. Wow.
That is awesome. See, you are a true gentleman.
There you go.
Even though if you look really weird.
Unlike you, I don't particularly throw a lot of grenades, so I can. Wait, what did you give him? A shock grenade? One of my shock grenade 3s and one of my screamer grenade 2s.
I don't think Mo even has ever thrown a grenade.
I'm going to hand him it. I think I have 4 temporal disruption grenades. Let's give 2 over to Hiroji.
Excellent.
Yeah, he likes the grenades. Watch where you throw those things.
So 2 disruption, a shocker, and what's the other one?
Temporal disruption
Screamer.
grenade. It's
Screamer grenade, sonic damage.
Yeah, it'll
Awesome.
stop Hiroji from casting spells. You want to?
Well, it's better that you have it than
Hero.
Rusty because these guys like to throw grenades like while I'm in the area of them. So
Shut up! Oh, shut up!
it's happened more than once.
No, you throw it at me. I always get caught up in it.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Ha!
Luckily, you've never complained about it at all.
2 shock grenade 3s, 2 temporal disruption grenades. Hold on, and 1
Nice.
screamer. Okay.
So
All
if
right.
if I understand this correctly, I have armor, grenades, and a gun.
3
Right?
guns, actually.
3 guns.
3
3
guns.
pistols.
3 guns.
Okay,
With 2
that's
different
going to get me
energies.
started.
Yeah.
That's enough to get me started. That's enough
Yep.
for maybe the next encounter.
Aren't you good with sniper rifles?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah,
I
totally.
think some of us has a sniper rifle we can give you.
I
Even
have
better.
a sniper rifle, but it is my primary weapon. So
Oh, I thought Chris, don't you have?
I thought your charm and good looks was your primary weapon. You don't
Right.
yeah, that's yeah. Obviously, that's not a weapon though. That's simply innate. I can't hand that to anyone.
Hiroji did at one point own a Shiranai sniper rifle, but I think it's lost.
I have it. I would not have any other effective weapon though at that point. Not that I do much anyway.
All right. Well,
I use a long arm now. I don't use sniper.
So why don't you take one of these 3 guns and give me the sniper rifle?
that's a great idea.
That
Well,
unfortunately is-
you're really good with pistols.
You're actually better with pistols than the sniper, right? Your build is the sniper rifle was kind of an in between. You're actually better with pistols at this point. So So
Wait, who's better with pistols?
You are.
You.
Me, I'm better with pistols.
Yeah, you're better at pistols
Akira.
at this point. The sniper rifle is kind of a very situational.
It's good for long range. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Also, you could
the pistols
attack-
let you do like the multiple attacks. So
Yeah, let me just give you an
Alright, fair
overview that since you've never played Starfinder,
All right, that goes with the whole theme of
Yeah.
quantity over quality.
you could attack.
If
three
you guys are
guns,
comfortable with
so-
with a lot of gunshots going in all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah.
directions and grenades
comfortable.
flying everywhere,
Love it.
I'm cool with that.
Mo loves that our party
Oh
is
my
now
God.
25% more powerful.
chaotic.
Yes,
a great
and they're
thing.
all going to be right up there next to you on the front line mode.
Wow.
That's 20%. 20%.
It can help. Mo's out. All right, he's already in the
They're
hallway.
gonna be-
He's looking.
You guys are going to be elbowing each other in the back. You're all going to be like, I'm back here. I'm back here.
Fighting for the rear. Yes.
But my Mo is going to be all the way up in the front with Cheddar, looking at Cheddar, saying, "Oh, those guys."
Mo's going to do a perception check on the gravel pit door.
Oh my God, you going to the gravel pit room? Okay.
Yeah, that's why we came here.
All right, the gravel pit room.
Knock down
is-
doors.
for gravel.
Take names.
You want gravel? Okay, you're going to get gravel, buddy. You want gravel? You got
Well,
gravel.
I want to make
Um,
sure this is the Akira I know. As soon as we get in the fight, let's see. I can't remember how Akira. Actually, Akira would fight. Yeah, it's this Hiroji guy. I can't remember. Jeez.
Hiroji. I see. He's going to get the Hiroji is the new one. Akira.
Yeah.
I've heard
Is the
Hiroji
old
was
one.
a formidable warrior. That's what I heard.
Wow.
And you heard correctly.
Where the
That
hell
is
did you hear
correct.
that? Not from us. You never heard us say that. What are you talking about?
And on that TV show that they had back then, the Drift Rock 4, like he was definitely my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you
Wow.
ask for an autograph?
You're making factually accurate statements.
Yes. Because at one point we were on they were secretly recording our missions and broadcasting them. So
I have multiple lawsuits to get the dividends from their royalties, but so far nothing.
we became famous.
Meanwhile, Mo rolls a first time a 31 for perception check in this door. Anything?
Yes, the door is a large double door, very powerful and strong and locked.
Oh, that's where I come in.
All right. Rusty, Hiroji, come on up north to
Yep,
us.
we're coming.
Mo's gonna ready his blaster, his laser alarm.
Do we care about these two rooms? I think we had wanted the secret ones, which were the southern rooms, right?
Oh, we're kind of here already. So
Well, we already know what they are, though.
why is Mo moving away from the door?
Because I can't open the door. Someone else has to.
Oh, that's right. Locked, right? That's
So we going room to room here?
yeah, pretty much.
It's only
I'm suggesting we don't. I think we should actually just go to the rooms we're not aware of. Because
Yeah, I didn't think I thought we were going to the secure rooms. I didn't. Think
I
we were
just
going
don't
to
want to
the
be
gravel.
attacked by
Our
from
primary
behind.
goal at this point is actually to find a level 6 or better computer so that we can actually log in, get a layout of the entire capital ship, and find out how we can actually get to the leadership of these bad, horrible people, and also how they're going to access the stellar degenerate.
So if this is a detention area, shouldn't there be some kind of command center where the officers would hang out that would have a high level security clearance, whatever business?
Right. That's my point. And that should be one of the two southern rooms, not these two that are up to the north. We've already seen those on an unsecured map, but the two below were actually blocked out.
Yeah, this is labeled as gravel pit, whatever that means.
So let's go do that.
All right, Mo's gonna go down there.
I bet the gravel pit is like some kind of hard labor prison.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's why there's a gravel pit. Give the prisoners something to do.
Yeah,
Break
something
these
like
rocks up.
that. Exactly.
It's a ridiculous concept in
It's
space.
it's the yard.
Well, this whole ship is odd because isn't it exposed to space for the most part?
Yes. Well, this one isn't just because it's so big, but all Eoxian ships have no atmosphere. And oh, by the way, that prison area actually did have atmosphere. That whole area
Yeah.
was force fielded and had atmosphere to keep them alive. So that's how he was still living. By the way,
And whatever armor I have now takes care of that now.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
that's correct.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
all
totally.
armor suits in Starfinder
All
have
armor
like,
is vacuum sealed.
The rest
Yeah.
of us
So your
have
space suit as well.
have
And
life bubble on
communications.
us. We have life bubble magic.
I mean, there is a time limit on it, but it's in the range of days, not.
Well,
Yeah.
at this level, it's 20 days for you guys. Not even an issue. So,
All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to open this door.
okay. Once again, another door. A door that will fall. The one to the.
Oh, there's an actual failure.
Which door are you going to? The one to the
Wow.
south or the west?
I
South.
was doing south.
Oh, okay.
Is there one to the west?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's-
one to the west.
Right.
Oh,
That
Well,
big
let's
central
try that
space
one
The
next.
is just
one to the west
left
is
of
the secure
us.
area.
I'm way too close. I gotta move back a little.
I
That one to the
assist your
south
engineering
goes
check.
to the hallway. You actually know that that's going to go out of this area and back into the
oh
main.
well,
Oh,
let's try
okay.
the one to the west.
I failed to assist engineering, so I'll assist computers instead.
Oh my god, you guys.
You guys all suck.
There you go.
If you need me, I'll be back here. I can cast knock if needed.
Yeah. Tuttle, are you gonna try to hack this or something?
He did. He rolled a 1. I better
No,
do it.
I'll do the
Uh,
other door.
that's-
Sorry.
We're on
Do
a
a new
separate
one.
room.
Do a new one.
How often can you use that knock?
No, that was for the south door. There's one to the west.
Yeah, just do it again. Just do it again. Just do it again. You rolled the one again.
Just
Oh
straight
my
one.
god. Wow. Mo
I
is
better.
going to
I'll
do
take a
it.
look.
It opens. It opens. There we go. He rolls again. He's
43.
embarrassed.
Okay.
Jeez.
He's like,
There we go. Big computer screens, all that.
This never happens to me. This is the first time it ever happened. You open the door. This room is dark. Only a few lit buttons and displays pierce the blackness, illumining no more than a rough shape of the area. Panels of computer screens, bundled data cables, and digital readout displays line the walls, with more than a dozen chairs arrayed in front of them. The constant chatter of beeps and clicks accommodates the data streaming across every single readout. In addition to all the computers, you see cybernetic zombies in front of most, if not all, of the terminals.
Grenade!
You know what?
Wait,
These
they-
guys
we
aren't
might-
so bad.
Oh wait, we've seen these before. They just kind of do their thing, and we can hack it. They're almost like part of the computer.
Yeah, they don't have any weapons. They're just like
Yeah.
they're drones.
They're like what's the Disney space movie? I forget. There's
Black Hole?
zombies. Yeah, the black hole. Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what they're like? They're like Drawl in Babylon 5. That's a deep cut. You won't remember it because you didn't see it like I did last time.
I like that deep cut.
Jeez. I don't remember Tom Troll. I hate to say.
remember the planet that Babylon 5 was orbiting was like they did super
Oh,
advanced thing.
yeah.
And like the Minbari.
Yeah. Okay, so I walk in and I say, Zathras is here. Zathras take care of it all.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
God,
right.
that's right. Mo's
But
just
they're
gonna
they're kind of Borgy, right? Like if you're on the Borg
Yeah,
ship,
yeah.
they're
and,
gonna
like
ignore
they just
you.
go about their business.
Yeah, they ignore you.
So Mo is gonna stand in the room. He's going in. The
If you
room.
go to DS General and look at the picture there, Seth, you can actually see what it looks like. I actually have a picture of what you see. That's actually this room, by the way, that picture.
Where's that? Oh, it's
DS General.
DS
In Discord.
General.
I can put
Ah,
it in
yes, that's right.
Oh yeah. Those are crazy. I remember this.
Yeah, that's actually this room. So that's what you see. So it's basically humanoid forms that are completely Borgerized. They're sitting in chairs in front of the computer screens, and they have dozens of cables hooked up to their eyes, ears, mouths, bodies, orifices. There's 16 of them in total. As you walk in the room, they completely ignore you, and they just appear to be doing their job.
Come in,
All right.
guys. It's safe. Nothing to fear here.
I go in and I check my list to see if I've ever killed one.
Ah, very good. We have one.
Have I? Have I?
Oh
I?
yes, you have. Yes, you
Wait,
have.
yeah,
Yes, you
yeah.
have.
I think I probably did.
Yeah, we have.
They're not a
trophy.
challenge anyway. There's no hunting sport in them.
Yeah.
It's like it's,
Exactly.
it's like-
You've killed many things.
No trophies here.
The hunt is weak. They're literally sitting prey. There's no hunt.
All right. Well, this is obviously a control room. Computer guys, do your computer checks.
I guess I'm going to try to interface with one of these guys like I did on the ship, on the
Nice.
little mini ship.
For
Is that-
computer check, I actually auto assist because I have a +9. But if you're doing engineering, let me know.
No, I was going to do computers.
All right. Mo
This one is
can-
computers. This one's
Yeah,
computers.
Mo is
The
going
doors
to
can be
assist.
computers or engineers. Engineering is like doing a bypass. computers is like hackers or
44
sneakers. It's like sneakers. There you go.
Yeah, 44.
44.
with 2 assists.
You barely make it as you
Wow.
manage to
Holy moly!
hack into the tier 7 computer with security 3 upgrade modules. And Tuttle doesn't actually show it, but he was like, whew, that was close. These
assists helped.
this is like he kind of needed the help there because they ain't fooling around here. This is definitely a much secure module than the other one. You give me a second. There's a lot going on here.
Uh-oh.
There's a lot of these things, man. That's
Akiro, yeah.
making me a little nervous.
Yeah. Let's see. You're in.
It might be time for mirror image.
Cheddar. Yeah, Cheddar and Hiroji might want to get into position if this starts to get dicey.
Well, Hiroji is, I think, moved farther away because he saw some bad.
I remember that from the show. He used to do that.
He's hanging out with Cheddar. He's catching up with Cheddar. He hasn't talked to him in weeks.
I'm actually keeping alert and guarding the hall in case things show up.
That was a good idea.
Right, that actually does make sense.
16 of the chairs each sits a cybernetic zombie. They're wired into the control panels. Unlike the undead that you found before, these zombies are quite active, constantly receiving commands through the cables of the consoles, tapping on their displays and sending information gained from the sensor array back through the same links. So these are actually moving and are active. It's very, very creepy. As you hack in very carefully, trying not to disturb any of these zombies, you manage to hack into the flow of information between a single cybernetic zombie and the source of commands. You successfully, Mr. Tuttle, learned that the cybernetic zombies are managed from cyber control in the ship's command center, though it doesn't reveal the specific location of cyber control on the ship. But you realize that cyber control is the main hub of where all information is being sent throughout the ship. Obviously, it's on the command deck.
So if we want to screw stuff up, that's what we destroy?
Yes, you can also hack into some of the space around the Empire of Bones with its sensors and also get some general information. Think of it this way. This is a hub. There is a central brain, and that is central command. That is where all the information is coming from. This is sort of a large nexus where they're getting information, and then these cybernetic zombies are then submitting that information to various parts within this area of the ship. There are hundreds of these rooms throughout the ship. However, the information is almost all one way. So you can read information and do some preliminary scans and find out a few things. But you still don't have access to a layout of the ship from here. It's still only one-way communication and secure.
Okay.
I would love to know where the self-destruct is.
Well, yeah, that actually is an option, the self-destruct. I mean, one theoretical win condition for us is if we blow up this ship, then the corpse fleet will not be able to break through the stellar generator's defenses, and, well, the universe is saved. But they'll just come back later. So we have to actually end them, right?
Yeah, let's end them. Let's help them live up to their name.
So I still think the best way is for us to get to the stellar degenerator and take control of it, right? Well, when I say us,
yes.
I mean me. But
right,
because obviously I'm going to be the most person that wanted.
One thing to remember, you could try, except for one issue is that there's literally an armada trying to fight to get to the stellar degenerator, and you're on the capital ship. They still haven't even reached it yet because it's still being defended by the automated defense systems. Don't forget. So you can get in line. They're also trying to do that same thing, but. Yeah, okay. Just letting you know.
I figured I'll just make a diplomacy check. It'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, no problem. You can just diplomatize your way through a war zone. But sure,
But in the meantime, being on this ship, we had wanted to actually have an idea of how to get around and if we could disable it and if we could actually affect this battle. But at the same time, there's a lot to be said for the fact of this ship is headed right towards the thing we'd also like to get to.
Well, why don't you do a check and you can see where you're at in the battle instead of me telling you.
Great.
Yeah,
Let's find that out.
you could get a view screen going.
Well, if that's information that we can have access to, yeah, let's check on the status of the battle.
Okay. You don't even have to do a check because it's low enough now that you've hacked in. You hack in, Mr. Tuttle, and you can see specific orders it's receiving. It seems like the Armada is still engaged in destroying the defense systems on the Gate of 12 Suns controller moons. And it looks like the battle is slowly but surely being won by the Corpse Fleet. It's estimated that they will break through and get to the stellar degenerator in approximately 3 days.
Oh, it's plenty of time.
Right.
And they're going to probably incur heavy losses, but I think it's worth it to them.
From the battlefield, it appears that you have a better idea of what is the situational awareness. You are on, of course, the super capital ship, the what's this called? The Black Wind Annihilator, the super colossal Ultranaut. However, you find out something very interesting as well. Give me 1 second.
All right.
All right, while he's taking that second, I have an idea. I have a cunning plan.
You have a cunning
All right.
plan. Good.
My cunning plan is what if we instead of hacking in, what if we can somehow get control of the weapons of the capital ship, and we manipulate the battle to try to provoke a mutual elimination. So like have the capital ship, like if we could take control of the capital ship's weapons, have it fight its own armada, kind of in that last day of that battle when they've almost breached the defenses, and try to provoke a mutual elim, where basically it's just the capital ship and the weapon,
Right.
and we survive, and we're the last people standing.
I've actually been thinking something similar to that. Yeah, that actually sounds like not a terrible plan to me.
That's a good idea.
That's, in fact, right next to, that's what you find out. When you look at the Armada, the Blackwind Annihilator is flanked by 2 Thomentech Omen Bringers, the Dusk Blade and the Orphan Maker. These are also battleships, and they are flanking you as defense. However, it would be interesting, as the Blackwind Annihilator would probably be more than a match for 2 Tier 14 battleships, as the Empire of Bones Blackwind Annihilator is a Tier 20 ship.
Wow.
So we need to take control of the bridge, and then we have to have space battle.
Yeah.
like all these zombies in this room. All of this implies they don't have. It implies that all of this control, like, they're not self-directed. It implies
Right.
that all of this is coming from some central control source.
Yeah.
That if we get that, then we own the thing.
You
Yeah.
kill the queen and you get the hive, basically.
I have it
Right.
as a plan B, plan C or D or something. What if, because it seems like it'd be kind of trying to cut it pretty fine to let the entire corpse fleet get eliminated except us, and then finish it off or whatever. What about just kind of kamikazing the really big ship we're on into the stellar generator?
A ramming speed.
Oh, that's a cool idea too.
Because I mean,
But then we don't get to sell it.
we'd have to figure out how to get off the ship
Oh,
before
yeah.
we do that. But I mean,
yeah, that's right. We do want to.
but I
sell
mean,
this
their
shit.
strategy is predicated on hanging outside the rift and
Oh.
But would that
trying to stay alive.
destroy the
That
the
destroys
super
your
weapon?
prize. Yeah, it destroys the super weapon, yeah.
It might-
Yeah.
it
Well,
might
well,
not.
well.
But
Let's
it's my precious, and I want it.
Yeah.
yeah.
By
Well,
the way, Mo claims the ship for his. He got stibs.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Wait. Actually, this.
Wait, I just called it. I called it. I touched
Alright.
my nose.
You know what? You called it. That's fine. I mean, I'll be the captain, but still, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
sure,
the
you
thing
can be
about the Stellar Degenerator is it's like, I don't know who could buy it really, so it's more of a thing where you could actually pilot it, show up to a system and be like, if you want your sun to still shine tomorrow, give us money. Like you can hold.
Oh my god, an interstellar protection racket.
Yeah, exactly. I think you and I might be on the same page.
We are definitely on the Starfinder Society guidelines and the fringes. We're
breaking the terms of service.
Penciling new rules in the margin.
That is a really pretty system you have there. It would be a shame if something happened to it.
Right.
Breaking Bad, Starfinder edition.
Your sun is not due to go nova for another billion years, but we could speed that up. Make it tomorrow.
This sun of yours, it's looking a little vulnerable, though. I'm just saying. I mean,
No,
it would
it's
be really a
pretty nice,
shame if anything were to happen to this really nice sun you got.
Though I do like the idea of, it's actually making me think about it. It's like, rather than try to orchestrate some kind of mutual limb in the battle itself, it probably would be a better idea to figure out how to take control of the capital ship, wait until they win, and then take control of the capital ship, and then kill the remainers, and then get the capital ship and the super weapon.
God,
now that's
that
executive
is
thinking.
See, that is true. That's right now. This is Akiro and Hiroji exponential. Like we've gone avarice exponential levels. So yeah,
See, we want
good.
the first Death Star. We want the one in Return of the Jedi that was getting built, and we want the one in the sequels. We want all the Death Stars. We want all of them.
We can cover more territory that way.
Yeah, we do more damage that way.
This is going very
The greed is on an exponential curve now.
We might be able to ask for whole planets.
If we can find the brain of this ship, it's not implausible. Like if we can find the master brain,
for the corpse fleet and the stellar generator, hold the galaxy at ransom.
Yes,
and that will be
blame it on the undead. Like
there you go, blame it on the undead.
Okay, guys. I think it's great. You all have some good ideas about my stellar generator, and I think we should really actually all talk about this more. But short term, do we want to look for a bridge, or do we want to look for an engine?
Yeah, we got to keep going. Let's press on.
Do we want an
engine? We got to find the brain. We have to find the brain of this thing the size of Manhattan.
Bridge? I'm saying engine
brain
room
bridge.
or bridge. Where do we want to take over? One or the
Bridge.
other.
Sounds like the command deck is the place to be.
Okay, great. Works for me. I'm gonna want to sit down in that chair.
Well, here's the thing. All right, so let me throw this out there. Let's have a little discussion. A couple things. First, the bridge is kind of like the obvious central command point, so it might be the most well defended. Like that, which is not to say that the engine room isn't also going to be well defended, but like the engine room, that tends to be the place with like the secondary bridge in case the Bane one gets taken out. Right. It also tends to be the place that like there's communication back and forth between the engine room and the bridge that maybe we can like manipulate something having to do with. So I'm leaning toward the engine room in the hopes that that's going to be easier.
Right. Well, that's actually what the question is. Thank you.
Well, we're going blind, so we're going to stumble across some room that's going to give us a map, and then we'll see what we can access.
I like that.
Yeah, if I understand our situation.
Yeah. How's this, Steve? You're saying we have not yet been able to find a map. With the access we have on these Tier 7 computers, can we find where it's getting a signal from a more important source?
Yes. Not the location, but I told you that the more important source is the ship's command center. All information, all controls are coming from the command center on the bridge.
That's what we want to find that. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. But there's no information.
Yeah, that answers that question.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Get out of the computer.
I will tell you that you do find a few other interesting tidbits of information. You find out
there's a Cinnabon.
There is a cinnamon bond. There's actually an entire mall. There's even a small amusement park, believe it or not.
Oh God, there's a Yankee Candle too.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
This Blackwing.
This ship that we are going to hijack and own sounds pretty awesome. It's sounding better and better.
It gets better and better. You're looking at some of the weapons, and he's able to get some information on the weapons. Not a lot, but just basics. It has a mass driver, which is, kind of like, the wave motion cannon. It has ultra plasma cannons. It has negative energy cannons, quantum missile launchers.
Ooh, I've always wanted one. Okay, go ahead.
It has a heavy Titan power core, which you've never even heard of. It's so big. It has, what's most fascinating is the complement is 3 1,000 souls. The engineering crew has 150 crew. The gunners are 150 crew. The pilots, 150 crew to pilot the ship.
Oh.
150 for science and another 150 for engineering.
Oh my god!
So
Not engineering. So
we'll each have 150 minions, roughly, just roughly speaking.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I get 300 because I get science and engineering.
That's true.
Wow,
Nice.
there you go.
no, there's actually 5 of you now. This is perfect. There's 1 captain, 1 engineer, 1 gunner, 1 pilot, and 1 science officer.
Orochi's a pretty
We
good
only have
pilot.
one person. We only have one person though who's actually good at engineering or computers. So I don't know who the second person's going to be.
Hiroji.
I mean,
Actually,
Hiroji, do you have any of those skills? I mean, we only have the
He
one.
does.
Yeah, I actually have computer skills and stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that
like
works
in
out.
engineering and things like that.
He's got lots of skills to pay the bills.
That's right. You have to say your own lines now. Anyhow, the point is that this is a large ship and it has entire crews
Good
running.
piloting too.
There are officers and there are commanders. There is a captain and an admiral on the ship.
Ooh.
Admiral.
There should be a Commodore. Also, if you got a
I think you need to do that in the Khan voice, though. Admiral.
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 There be whales here.
all right, you guys, you pencil pushers, get out of that computer room. Let's start knocking down doors.
I'm ready.
Yay.
I'm ready for this door. I'm over by this door.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where we're gonna open, right?
Can we open any more doors?
No, Mo. I think that door we do want to open.
Yes.
Can we open any more doors, like through a security portal? Mo is asking Tuttle. Actually, he's asking the
No,
GM
this is
for
like
Tuttle.
this is like read only. This is like
okay.
we can only look at information. We can't change anything here.
Okay.
Also, Mo, if you have any computer or engineering questions, you can direct them to me as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do you know how to use a basic computer use?
Yes, I'm a techno
Okay.
man. I'm a techno
I'm
man.
just
Wait,
going to
can you
assume
rig up-
all these rooms are locked.
Can you rig up some kind of bug or remote on that information feed so that as we go around causing trouble, if we can have a constant information of like their counter movements and what, like if they see us or don't see us, or if they're coming after us, or where and when and things like that.
You want to like the Juggernaut forum?
Actually,
So you get all the updates?
Yeah, you get all the updates. But actually, I like that. That's right. We all have personal computers, so there certainly is a place to send the feed.
Yeah, we got gizmos.
Steve?
May
Yeah,
not
Steve, is there
interface.
anything we can
And I
do
gotta
with
say,
that?
and I gotta say, turnabout is fair play. Like they had the bug on us for all this campaign. It's time for us to get the bug on them.
That's true.
They don't know about that. Maybe you should explain that.
Oh yeah, like the reason why I got saved in the first place, they bugged us. They bugged the
Really?
ship. They bugged one of my trophies.
Oh my god!
And that's why I'm here at all, is because when I got teleported, like suddenly on their screens I appeared someplace completely different, and so they sent a scout ship to go get me and find out what happened.
Wow.
Are we? So we have bugs on us now?
Yes, that's
my God.
that's how they've been able. That's how they've been chasing after everything. and, like,
Get
been
him
one
off!
step
Get him
ahead.
off! How do you get him off? Is this a
I don't know, you gotta find it. I know mine was.
Get it off me! Get it off me!
I don't know where the rest are.
That could be
Jeez.
some computers and
Oh.
engineering checks to start finding out where the bugs are.
Mo is running. Get it off me!
Oh, that's disturbing. I wonder how.
Yeah, I thought you guys knew about that.
No.
Oh, yeah, you could have let
I
him
thought you
out
guys
there,
figured
Roger.
that out by this point.
No, sadly we haven't.
I was wondering how they managed to show up right at the nick of time.
Well, then yeah, maybe check each other for space lice, and because we haven't been showing up on the feed that we're watching, right?
No.
Mo's gonna
Well,
check
that's
out
not.
for bugs.
Well, this is not security feeds, unfortunately. This is more general information, and this is more like high level information, not secure information.
Oh, it's
for
like the
this area.
plumbing and like how the plumbing is working and crap like that.
Yeah, it's very high level, and it's there's actually 4 levels of information. You found the very lowest level, which was controlling the fighters. You found the second highest level, which is this, which is kind of one-way communication of the higher ship functions. The two that you still haven't found, which is the ones you kind of want to find, is the information of this bay, the security, and then obviously tier 10 access, so you can actually find a freaking map. So as for picking up a feed, so this is a couple things. A, these are all military-grade computers. B, it's a battleship. C, everything is
compartmentalized.
Carpal tunnel syndrome.
I know, exactly. I'm screwing up today. They can't actually hack into other systems. That's designed so, I don't know, people like you can't do what you're trying to do. And
Our skills are great, though. We are superior.
you
It's
do
very
have
inconsiderate
fantastic
of them.
skills. However, that being said, Tuttle can probably hook up a very rudimentary feed to get a general idea of how the battle is going from a read-only point of view, but that's about it. He will not
RSS.
Well, we
feed.
better be able to, because if we can't do this, there's no way we're hacking into the main brain. So we better be able to handle this level stuff if we're going to go after the
Do you
higher
need me to
level
roll a check
Tut-
on that?
Tuttle-
or is
Tuttle-
that
You
That's
actually
really
something
good.
I can...
You actually do. Well, tier 7 computers, I put it this way, Tuttle hacked a DC-53 computer, which it literally wrote in the adventure saying no one would be able to actually hack this. So Tuttle is a little god when it comes to computers, and he barely made it.
Tuttle has
himself.
been enhanced. He's been
He's
enhanced.
been enhanced and then some. But yes, Tuttle,
Yeah.
you do need to do a check to try to install the module.
He's
To
more
get us-
machine than rat.
38.
Installing
Good
some
enough.
sort of weird little shot.
That's a good one, Chris.
+2. I assisted earlier.
Yes. Well, he actually has a cybernetic plant from his brain into he does the
jack directly in.
That's right. That's
He's a
right. You
Johnny
do the
Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic. That's right. You go
Can
right
you reverse
in
the
there.
polarity?
He can. He can swim to the dolphin and everything. Okay, you can get a small little feed that will just give you a general idea of how the battle is going with the armada, and that's about it. Everything else is just going too fast, just too much information, and it's more input.
I'm ready for this door to be opened.
Yeah,
You guys don't find any computers or any trackers on you.
Well, we don't find any on us, so the bugs aren't on us, or
Could have been on the
So
could have been on the
So it's
Sunrise
probably,
Maiden.
it's probably just on the ship then.
Our ship that's gone now, so we should.
Or
Yeah.
it's inside of us.
Oh,
That's true. It
That'd
could
be grim.
be something grim. But no one else has access to their insides except Rusty. Rusty, you can just reach in there and start.
No. That's just a disguise.
Oh, that's right.
We'll
That's
have
right.
to. We'll have to get to the medical bay at some point.
Rusty's
all right.
insides are open to space.
Tuttle, when you want to get out in this hallway, I'm going to open up this door unless there's something else you want to clean up on the intel side.
Nope, I was just setting up that feed.
All right.
Yeah, just to clean this bit up. I'm assuming that my phase through walls ability is no good here. I'm assuming.
Oh,
that's right.
don't assume that. Do not assume that. That's a good ability.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have escaped a long time ago. So I'm assuming that, but if I get can I have a sense as to when if I can use it, can I use it?
Sure. You could not have used it in the cell because the cell was actually had a level 9 or level 5 force field, whatever, I forgot the level 10. Level 10 force field around the entire cell. So although you can go through solid material, it was designed specifically to counter magics and extraordinary abilities such as that. So you could not escape your cell.
But not so much elsewhere.
But not so much. You could, in fact, if you really wanted to, phase into this room by yourself
Wait
and
a
take
second.
on all the
Well, it
monsters.
takes a resolve point to do it. It takes a resource to do it. So it's more just like this is reminding me, and
right.
that it's notable that that could come in handy.
Wait,
Oh,
Steve,
yeah.
doesn't
Great.
my
Yes.
weird evil eye thing give me like X-ray vision, or is I
It does.
imagining that?
No,
Let
it
me try
does.
to
It
do
gives
the
you
evil-
X-ray vision.
Let me try to do the
I
evil
think
eye.
I
and look.
tried that with my goggles because I have X-ray vision goggles and it didn't work. But go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
try that with the evil eye. I'm gonna take my little makeshift eye patch off and try the evil eye and see what's in there.
I thought that was limited to wooden barriers.
I'm looking it up. Hold
It's
on.
a little
No.
fuzzy. We haven't done.
It
this
can
in
look
a
through a
while.
lot of things. Depending on the substance, it's different amount. Like you can look through a lot of wood.
Is it literally like is it really that like this much wood, this
Yep.
stone, this
Yes.
much metal.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Hiroji, your goggles were useless.
2 feet of wood or plastic, 1 foot of stone, 2 inches of common metal, or 1 inch of lead or any star metal. Now, this, of course, is star metal. So, as much as you want to go through and look through, unfortunately, it is more than 1 inch thick, as this appears to be a super secure area. Interestingly, some of the other areas it looks like you could actually have seen through, but not this one. 'Cause
That's
this
good.
looks-
Yeah, it
That's
was
good
worth a
though.
try.
That's good though, just because then you can kind of see where we want to go. You know, like if you can't see through the wall, we probably want it.
Yeah, that's a good
All
point.
right. Well,
Pretty much.
I'm going to go ahead and try the door.
Oh my god.
Oh my
A
god.
one.
That won't work. My
I
third
better
one.
let me
That's-
try.
yeah.
It's
Oh
not.
god, do
Alright.
I have to actually assist?
I'm going to
Kiro?
assist Hiroji.
There we go.
I'll
I
assist, as I said.
Oh, Akiro? Wow, you actually did it with the 35.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let
I got,
Akira
I got
feel
this.
good about
I actually didn't.
Oh,
say it
Rusty
out
helped
loud.
him. Rusty
Yeah,
helped
that's
him.
fine, right? Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
okay.
job,
Wait,
Rusty.
here I got you in there. Oh, and that knock spell that finally worked.
Right,
Nice.
exactly. I used the arcane magics to open that.
All right. Who's opening the door? You unlocked it.
Momentum.
All right.
All right.
Mo will point his gun and ready in action
Get
to
her-
shoot.
Got a grenade ready.
Oh, yeah. Open, says me.
The room only has a single door in the aft wall, which is the one you just opened. A small dais in the center of the room is raised up a few feet, and pillars line the walls. Each pillar supports a display, all of which show collections of video streams of hallways, hangar bays, rooms, and other locations within this section of the Empire of Bones. This appears to be a security post of some sort.
Nice.
In addition, you also sense a creature or creatures in there. But since we only have 15 minutes left, I do not want to start this very complex room. We're going to stop. because,
Sure. Yeah,
because there's way
that's
too
a
much.
cliffhanger.
That's
a
there's
good cliffhanger.
way too much to get into. And I do not want to start this until we have a fresh session because this is one of the big bad rooms. So this is going to
Oh,
be
nice.
wild.
So first things first, Mo, walk right on in the room. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk right in. So
Grenade.
Seth, excellent.
here's the plan, and I just want to make sure everyone's cool with it. I don't want to railroad you guys. I was gonna have Seth play basically to the end. You only have maybe half of the book left, which is probably
Nice.
a couple more weeks of sessions, and then it's over. And I figured if anyone can play Hiroji, it would be Seth.
Yeah,
And
that's
it is
awesome.
scary how well you're
Excellent.
playing him.
That's an excellent surprise. No, that's great.
And if Seth is up for it, which it sounds like he is, I think it would be fun, and this way everyone gets closure. And
Oh,
it'll be
totally
fun
up for
for a few
Totally.
weeks.
That's fabulous. That's great.
Okay. Obviously with 5, it's going to be a little harder. I am going to counter. I'm making. You guys are already like super strong, and I am
Yeah.
making the encounters harder to counter it. But I'm not. I'm going to do it fairly. I'm not going to. You'll see. I mean, I'm just going to. You guys. I'm just going to make
That's
it a little
fine.
bit harder just to make it. But I also am not going to drag it out.
You have to buff it. You have to
I'm
buff
buffing it.
Yeah,
Just
of course.
for 5. But I'm not like. I'm not
Double
gonna
the
drag it
enemy.
out.
Double the number of
Nah,
creatures.
not. You know what I mean. I know how to do it. So
Don't
it's,
forget to double the loot.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
double
thing
the
is, at this point, the only loot you're going to get is gear, which
Right.
is good. You've been
That's
getting
you can
really
All we
use,
want.
yeah.
That's all we want.
Oh, I fully plan to get this entire battle station.
I know. I like that. Yeah.
And just FYI, I'm just giving this OCC. There are ways to rest. Like you guys haven't gotten it to yet, but there is ways. Like you are on a very strict time limit, as you can tell. This is a very breakneck pace. I've heard other people finish this entire module in one quote adventure day, which you can do. Like basically think about it. You've taken off. You've come on this ship in real life. Like only like an hour has gone by. This has actually been very quick.
Yeah,
And,
3 days is a lot of time.
Yeah, 3 days
Yeah,
is a lot,
right.
but that's an estimate, and it might be 2, might even be 1. You don't know.
But
you-
it means we can probably sleep overnight at least once. And
at
get all of
least
our abilities
once.
back and
I'm
all
just
that.
I'm
That's
just
fine.
giving that so you understand how to manage your abilities, especially for big fights, things like
Only
that.
one of us is actually a spellcaster that matters for, but there is
That's
the
true.
healing and resolve points and all the rest of that crap. So
Well, you
there
guys have
are
been using resolve points quite a
resources.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You guys actually are using resolve points. So that's the plan. So, I mean, I hate to say it, Seth, I don't know how you did that so well. Did you listen to the? I mean, it was creepy how good you were at that.
Or you just know? Or
No,
you
it's
just,
like-
did you
like-
listen to some
like-
shows and study?
Did you see my
Hiroji?
backstory?
But-
I
but
wrote
it
I
is
wrote a
like-
backstory.
Well,
like
that is the nature of playing and DMing this game off and on regularly for 40 years.
I know.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
and for like 30 of it, like with Chris.
I know.
So
Well, that tells you
easy.
something.
Second nature.
Chris, you might want to start changing your characters a little out.
So wait,
I know,
Seth,
but the
how
loot
did-
is so good.
No,
I like
so
the
how
loot.
did-
No. Everything is better when you raise it to the power of 2.
Exactly.
It's just so creepy. It was
So
like
good.
it was really weird. It was so weird. It was like I was listening to Chris. It was bizarre. I was like, how did he know all that
Awesome.
stuff? Well, if you want, you could, Chris. You could. I don't even think you need to. You could talk to Seth and give him some notes.
Well,
but,
did you give him my backstory? Because I had written one at some point.
Yeah. Well, I gave him a general backstory. To be honest, I
It's
gave him
more
very
than
little.
the backstory.
It's
It's
like-
how you play. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Sure,
like
sure.
things that you
Right.
say was what Seth was saying. I mean, it's not
Well, the
even
whole
like a
thing-
similar
Yeah, I know.
character. It's like the
Well,
things you were saying is what Seth was saying. So you didn't listen to the
I
podcast,
swear
Seth?
to God, there were a couple times where it might as well have just been you.
Right.
I've been listening. I listened to a couple episodes of podcast, but
Okay.
But most of it is like the episodes I listen to are largely not really the role playing ones, but more
Right.
like the after action,
Right.
divvy up the loot, like decide things ones.
Yes. Combat.
It's so funny. It was
That
creepy.
was
It
a
was creepy.
crazy good surprise, by the way, Steve. That was amazingly well orchestrated.
Yeah,
I
very
had
nice
no
That was really
idea at all. I had no idea.
I figured. I was like,
That was
Well,
good.
I-
I actually had big doubts because it was actually like technically.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Discord. Oh yeah, that's a
Technically.
new
Oh
thing
my
for,
God.
that's a new thing for me. Oh, D20 Pro. I remember when I did D20 Pro like 10 years ago, and it's like it all fell into place. Like D20 Pro still had my account, so I just
That's
logged
good.
on.
Nice.
I'm in. Discord was like 2 seconds. Like none of this garbage. Like my computer, just like everything played nice. It was like.
Wow.
We've had
Wow.
lots of technical issues.
There was like no
Oh.
trouble. It was like
Yeah.
everything
Wow.
just fell into place. Like the
Knock
the-
on wood.
Like the Murphy's Law that usually always affects computer things.
Yep.
The gods must have just approved of this plan because it all-
Discord is very stable. I don't have much issues with that. The D20 Pro, though, has got issues sometimes.
We had the problem with Jason today. Like
I know,
we
I
had
was just-
problems
I
with
know.
Bob last week,
Well,
and
that's
now
true.
we had
Well,
Jason.
with the
this week.
with the Windows, when there's
Yeah,
a
but
Windows
I
update,
think-
it messes
I
it
think
up.
my problems are just like physical. Like I need a new.
No, that
like,
was
the
physical.
the little connector cable that connects my
Oh,
headset.
okay.
Because I have to
Yeah.
do a splitter. I have like only
Mhm.
one combined headphone mic jack on the laptop I use. So I have to do it, and my headset is the actual headset is a separate connector for the headphone and a separate connector for the mic. So I have to use
Yeah.
not a splitter, a combiner type cable, and I think maybe that I just need to get a new one of those.
Oh, that was actually amazing too, because it's like because I was like, oh, headphone with a mic, whatever. I have one. No, of course it doesn't work. And it's God damn it. And so fine, I just go to Best Buy, just buy one off the rack. Totally worked. First
Yeah,
thing,
nice.
plugged it on, boom, no problem.
Wow.
That's good.
Excellent. Always nice.
Yeah, well, we have had a lot of guests on, so I actually, even though I kind of blew through it with you, Seth, you still got on pretty fast. I actually have very detailed written out instructions I didn't even bother sending you because I was like, oh, just get on. But we did it last night and it worked out fine. How about that? That's where
Cool.
this when I went away, by the way, Jason. When I left, it was to get Seth on. Believe it or not. Confession time. I actually saw I know you probably figured it was, Festeros or whatever on the Yes. on the Discord Yeah. chat. I didn't put two and two. I have to admit, I didn't put two and two together that was for this though. So I was Aha, still I see. surprised. I thought maybe you
Yeah.
were bringing him in for Plaguestone or something, or just for
Oh,
something
right.
else entirely.
And did everyone notice how nobody really asked him what happened to him? Oh, you're here. Okay.
Here's your gear. It's like, oh, you're
You've been
back.
gone for 3
Here's your
weeks.
gear.
All right. That's fine.
I hate to break it to you, when Akiro showed up, you did the exact same thing. You were like, oh,
Yeah, we're a little annoyed, but that's fine.
You're like, oh, Hiroji's gone. We got a new Hiroji. What's your name, Akiro?
well, we never
Same
really
thing.
liked Hiroji. Let's be
I was
honest.
treated somewhat as a second
But it
class
is,
citizen.
but it
though.
is true. It was like dressed as a cultist, but we never bothered really vetting him or
Noticing
anything.
that.
We're just
We
like,
didn't really-
okay,
that didn't
he's
bother
he's a new
Right.
guy. So that was as a metagame thing. We kind of handled that poorly.
I was infiltrating the cultists. I was never a member, as far as you know.
as far as you know.
You were infiltrating the cultists? This is the first time hearing about it.
All the cultists knew you, and they were calling you by name.
They too know me.
Now we're all together, and now I was sitting here thinking, we might never finish this because you guys are going to be sitting here talking. It's like, okay, we're going to talk and just kid for 2 hours, and then we'll do one combat, and then we're just going to talk and rip on each other for 2 more hours.
We rolled the dice all of 4 times.
I'm actually very happy that I came in at this point of the story when we're in the ship, dungeon crawly style. Like we have goal. It's good.
It is.
We're not in a town, and we're just going to get into a bunch of side quests and intrigues and things like that.
No, we're closing in on
We're going to go.
finish
This
here,
is the sprint for the finish. So
no, this is like, this
right
is
time.
the big, this is the big ending. Like, this is the, it's a good adventure. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, you guys are still only in, like, the first part. There's some more aspects to it. But the ship is cool. But it is a military ship, so it's not like, oh, I want to take it over. It's like, no, it's a military ship. It's gonna take effort, and you guys have skills, but it's gonna take effort.
It's gonna be tricky.
So it's also tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. It's not.
I mean, they have a crew of like 600, so it's like
3,000.
3,000.
3,000. Hey everyone, Steve here. So there we go, they're about to start, as you can probably guess, a very big battle. This is another behind the scenes. Like, we actually had about 15 minutes left in our session. We play for 3 hours, and we have a very strict time limit because people have to get up for work and stuff like that. So we used to go a little bit over, but now we actually try to stop either exactly on time or a little bit early. So whenever I know that something very big is going to happen, I just stop it. And we had about 15 minutes left, and I didn't want to get into a battle. I don't like cutting battles in half. It makes it really, really difficult to pick up. So you got to hear me kind of just stopping it. And this way they know something's up. But, again, I tell you, within a week, everyone's going to forget what happened. So I'm not giving anything away. Also, as I mentioned before, because this book came out after Starfinder was released, they've really upped the battles, and they put a lot more actual physical monsters in the encounters. If you remember, books 1 through 3, and I think even 4, almost always they were fighting 1, maybe 2 creatures at the same time. Now they're fighting like 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures at once. It makes it really, really hard for me to cut a battle in half whenever we're fighting more than, I'd say, 2 creatures, especially if they have special abilities or spells. I got to keep notes of that, plus I got to keep notes of what all the PCs are doing. So now we have 5 PCs. Imagine they're up against like 6 creatures. They all are high level now. They're up to level, 11, 12. So you got a lot going on. I do not like to cut these battles in half. It really makes my job really hard. And that's not just for, like, these sessions. That's live sessions, too. If I'm playing with my friends and we're about to start something, I just don't do it. I'll cut the session early, even an hour early, and just say, hey, you guys want to play a quick board game or something, or just play some video games for a little while, because if I can't finish that fight in one sitting, then I do not want to do it. So with that, let's get to show notes. So don't forget, new podcast every Tuesday and Friday. Do subscribe to us on iTunes and Androids and Spotify. Do check out Jason's Talking Combat column every single Monday and Talking Plaguestone every single Thursday. Do check out the Plaguestone podcast. There is some crazy role-playing going on in that. Like, even I'm kind of surprised how heavy the role-playing is. I'll tell you why I'm surprised. Because it's coming out of nowhere. Like, listen to last episode, number 18. Almost the entire episode was made up on the fly. And it's all role-playing. And it's a long episode. It was just us sitting there doing some side quests, doing some missions. And I wasn't exactly sure what everyone wanted to do. And I was really getting into it. I have to say, I forgot what it's like to play with a heavy role-play group. Because I've been playing with my guys for a long time. And that's one of the problems when you're playing with the same people for so long, is that you kind of get into a rut. I do like playing Starfinder Society because you do get to see other types of players. But again, you only get to play with them for like maybe 4 or 5 hours, so you don't really get to know them. But Plaguestone, we've been playing, weeks and months now together, and everyone's really strong. So I'm really starting to see new ways of playing, and it's kind of bringing out some old techniques that I haven't really used in quite some time, probably since my college days. But it's a lot of fun. Definitely check out episode 18. Even if you've never listened to the show, it's almost standalone. You can almost listen to that show by itself and just get a good idea of what's going on. In fact, I'd say the last 2 episodes of both of these shows might have been some of the best episodes we ever had. 111 for Dead Sons is obviously one of the most memorable ones. And now I'd say episode 18 is also one of the most memorable ones we had for Plaguestone. So, congratulations me, I guess. Do check out the Discord, play some Starfinder, some Pathfinder, hang out, talk to other people, get some free swag. And if you're lucky, you might be number 1,000. That's right, we're very close to 1,000 people joining our Discord. Come on by, be somebody. Discord.rollforcombat.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Check out the Reddit channel. Do check out the Patreon. And finally, do check out the website. We did a big review of the Starfinder Comm Manual. That's right, that's the one with all the new classes and all the new stuff. This is one of those books that was so big and so jam-packed with stuff, it's kind of hard to review. It's just too big. I mean, I think Jason did a very good job, but there's just something for everyone. I think if you're a big Starfinder fan, even if you don't want to play the new classes, it changes the old classes so significantly in so many different ways and adds so many more feats and spells and abilities that it's pretty much required and mandatory if you want to continue playing Starfinder. And with that, I am off to Betty Bye because I'm exhausted after spending a whole day eating, and more eating. Talk and see you guys next week. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, a Starfinder actual play podcast. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com or drop us a line at contact@rollforcombat.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and other social media platforms. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember Hiroji's motto, why am I even wearing armor?